So we've had the full reveal now of Madness at the Darkmoon Faire. Some really interesting cards. We've got all the information that we have about this set, except from the mini set that is due to release somewhere between now and the next expansion. I think it's approximately halfway, but don't quote me on that. And as before with the Darkmoon Tonko TK, I thought it'd be nice to come up with a sort of silly, fun, interesting combo that maybe isn't going to see, top tier play. It is a wild combo. But I was watching WoW Hobbs, and I always find that WoW Hobbs is a great source of inspiration for coming up with ideas that sit just outside the norm, but just might work because people aren't expecting them. Usually uses some really interesting combos with stuff like Ginny of Zephrys, Replicatron, Faceless, and always comes up with these ways of either using the opponent's cards against them or getting more out of those cards that we don't realize could maybe have some extra. And of course, as always, a good show. And it led me to look at my Paladin collection and realize that I don't really have all that much, and so I've never really experimented with Paladin for that matter. And I was looking at Val'anyr and I thought about how cool it was that Carnival Clown was essentially like a bigger, beefier version of Doppelgangster that you could potentially get some more uses out of. And I was thinking very narrowly about stuff like Shuttlewalk, as we mostly would with Battlecry synergies. I was thinking, oh, we can get these Grumble OTKs, we can get the Undertaker Walk, really going now that we have a bit more playroom with a stronger card like this. And I then stumbled across Val'anyr and remembered that I used to use Val'anyr with Doppelgangster to get some extra procs, start the hand buff train going, and come up with some really interesting core concepts. And then it dawned on me, well, if we can corrupt the Carnival Clown and get a board filled with buffed Val'anyr Carnival Clowns, then we're just ramping this up even more, so you could still run Doppelgangsters in here. Your charge just naturally goes in there because it's a corrupted card, and we can throw some other corrupted cards in there to get some extra value. But then I thought, well, getting Carnival Clown out, getting it corrupted means you're going to have to play a 10-mana card, and that's not really appealing. And the slower that combos gets, the harder it seems to be to really get that value out. And so I looked at a card, Prismatic Lens. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, it draws a minion and a spell in your deck, and it swaps the costs of them. If you were to run, it doesn't have to be a super cheap spell deck. Obviously, the cheaper that the spell that you pull is, the better it will be Carnival Clown, because you can get it corrupted earlier on. But even if it was a 5-cost spell, right, which means it gives you a little bit of playroom, or Prismatic Lens itself if you're running 2 copies, you would be able to play Val'anyr as your corrupted card, so it would trigger the corruption for Carnival Clown. It is a specific pull, I grant you. It's not always a given that you're going to pull Carnival Clown. And you would be able to go from there, and that would actually make it more viable. Or you could run a hard control Paladin that just uses this towards the later game state. It would be healthy to think about cards like Barista Lynching, so that, you lose a few Carnival Clowns here and there, but you're able to copy them back in, play them again. It would create a board state that would help you out. And then towards the very late stage, you could use Yashraj as a bit of hand tempo to refill, and you would get all those cards back for 0, which a card such as this would be incredibly powerful to have for 0 mana. That's more or less the core concept. I can't think of any other ways to get this combo sort of going a bit more routinely. So if you've got any ideas, I'd be very happy to hear them. And I hope to be able to make this happen. Madness at the Darkmoon Faire. And I sure look forward to seeing this on Trollden and Hearthstone for daily funny moments. So thank you very much.